I've always been curious about cultural differences, but nothing prepared me for the taboos I encountered in Palestine. From viewing the left hand as dirty to the practices of kidnapping the bride, paying fines, and facing public humiliation if caught eating during Ramadan, the customs here are truly unique and crazy. If you're not careful, you might offend someone without even realizing it. If you're planning to visit or are just curious about how to respect the traditions of this historic region, stick around. I'm going to break down the 15 most shocking ones of these taboos and show you exactly how to avoid them. Make sure to watch till the end. I'll tell you about the supernatural powers mystery of Palestine. Let's start with: during Ramadan, eating, drinking, or smoking in public during fasting hours is seen as highly disrespectful, as it goes against the spiritual nature of the holy month. In certain Palestinian cities, such as Hebron, fines can be imposed on individuals caught consuming food or beverages openly. Restaurants often stay closed until after sunset when the fast is broken, and public celebrations with loud music are discouraged to maintain a respectful atmosphere. In 2018, a vlogger faced backlash after accidentally filming himself drinking water in public during Ramadan, sparking heated debates about cultural sensitivity and respect. Pork consumption in Palestine is considered haram, forbidden, in Islam, making it a significant cultural taboo. Some Palestinian Christian communities may consume pork discreetly, but meat markets generally avoid selling pork due to cultural and religious opposition. Interestingly, instead, alternatives like chicken, lamb, and beef are very commonly enjoyed there. Bringing pork into a Muslim household can lead to strong disapproval, making it a sensitive subject. The social stigma surrounding pork reflects broader Islamic dietary laws that emphasize cleanliness and adherence to religious principles. That's why, with around 97% of Palestinians being Muslim, most have never tasted pork. In conservative Palestinian society, men and women who aren't closely related are expected to avoid mixing, as it's generally seen as inappropriate. Physical touch, such as handshaking, is often avoided. Instead of shaking hands, many men will place their right hand over their hearts when greeting a woman, a gesture of respect that maintains personal boundaries. Women can't just wear what they want. Instead, they are expected to dress modestly, often wearing long dresses or skirts that cover their arms and legs, along with a headscarf in more traditional settings. Revealing clothing is not accepted, and even men wearing shorts in public can be considered inappropriate in conservative areas. Kissing and holding hands with your partner in public is mostly discouraged in Palestine, as it can lead to social disapproval. Premarital relationships are often looked at closely, and showing intimacy in public is usually not acceptable. Extramarital relations can have serious consequences due to the combination of cultural, legal, and religious norms. For example, if a man and woman do so in both the West Bank and Gaza, it's a crime under Islamic law, resulting in severe penalties, including imprisonment and stoning. Woman often faces harsh societal disapproval, leading to ostracism, violence, or even honor killings in extreme cases. In Palestine, drinking alcohol isn't normal. In Gaza, it's illegal to drink because of strict Islamic rules, making it a sensitive topic. In the West Bank, alcohol is legal, but many people still disapprove of it. There are bars and restaurants in places like Bethlehem for tourists where the Christian majority of 80, but drinking in public is generally not accepted, especially in conservative areas. Getting a license to sell alcohol is also quite difficult. Some locals do enjoy arak, a traditional anise-flavored drink, but drinking in public is still uncommon, especially in conservative regions. About 86% of the Palestinians have never tasted alcohol in their whole life, and they also dislike drinkers. When you visit Palestine, be careful not to point with your index finger when asking for directions. People might give you strange looks because using your index finger is seen as rude. It can seem like you're accusing someone. Instead, it's better to use your thumb or gesture with an open hand when you need help. This shows respect in communication. Kids learn this from a young age, so they grow up knowing how to interact politely. If you're not Muslim, it's better not to date a Muslim girl in Palestine. Doing so can lead to serious social problems and punishments, since interfaith relationships are generally not accepted. In Islamic law, a Muslim woman cannot legally marry a non-Muslim man unless he converts to Islam.
Marriage laws are controlled by religious leaders, so if a Muslim woman marries a non-Muslim man, that marriage won't be accepted in Islamic courts unless he converts. Going against these customs can lead to serious consequences, like being shunned by society, or in extreme cases even violence based on family honor. So it's really important to respect local traditions and be aware of the risks of dating across faiths in this area. If you see a sudden ant infestation in your hotel or around you and you apply insecticide to kill them, you may badly upset many locals in Palestine. These ants are deeply respected and carefully protected by the Muslim community. According to Islamic beliefs, ants symbolize perseverance and justice, so deliberately killing them or destroying their nests can have serious consequences. While accidentally stepping on an ant might be forgiven, causing harm on purpose can lead to punishment because it goes against religious teachings. Instead of using chemicals, many people in Palestine prefer natural methods like coffee grounds or vinegar to keep ants away. This respect for ants extends to other animals, which are also strictly protected. Even animals raised for meat must go through specific procedures to ensure they are treated with kindness and have a peaceful death. This reflects a broader belief in caring for all living creatures and living in harmony with nature. If you visit Palestine, don't use your left hand for eating, greeting, or giving anything to someone, especially gifts. You might cause social embarrassment or awkward moments. In Palestinian culture, the left hand is traditionally considered unclean because it is used for personal hygiene. You'll often see parents gently reminding children to use their right hand when eating. Most people use their right hand for most tasks, but there are some exceptions. The left hand is permitted for certain tasks where cleanliness is not a primary concern, such as writing, especially for those who are left-handed. Any olive tree may be just a tree for you, but in Palestine there is a sacred olive tree, which is a taboo. It stands for peace, strength, and culture. These trees can live for thousands of years, with some over 1,000 years old. In the village of Al-Walaja, there is an olive tree that is around 5,500 years old, making it one of the oldest living things. Another tree, Mahmoud Rabah's olive tree, is about 3,700 years old. Even after his family faced many problems since 1948, they still care for this tree. This old tree is big, with a trunk that is over 7.2 meters around. It produces a special kind of olive known for its excellent oil. Mahmoud's family has built a small house nearby to protect it. According to local stories, on nights with a full moon, the tree glows with a magical purple light, making some people faint when look at it. Touching this ancient tree lets visitors feel connected to history, making it a must-see in Palestine. Don't enter into a beautiful mosque in Palestine. You may make many guards rushing toward you before listing this. In these sacred spaces and religious sites, respect is essential. If you're not dressed properly, you'll not be allowed to enter. Women need to cover their hair, and everyone must dress modestly. While non-Muslims are welcome to visit some mosques, it's important to avoid intimate gestures like holding hands or kissing. Inside, you'll find breathtaking architecture, detailed calligraphy, and calm courtyards that can take your breath away. However, if you don't follow the rules, you could be asked to leave. Islamic authorities are serious about keeping these spaces respectful, so always be respectful there and get permission before visiting any site like this. You may know the Dead Sea as the navel of the Earth, which highlights its unique position as the lowest point on the planet. This fascinating body of water has an incredibly high salt content, allowing people to float effortlessly and making it famous for its healing and skincare properties. However, discussing the Dead Sea can be a taboo subject in Palestine, especially when it comes to the ancient manuscripts known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. Discovered in the Qumran caves, they contain some of the oldest known versions of the Hebrew Bible, leading to many theories about the origins of religious texts and biblical history. The scrolls also include community rules and a special commentary on the Book of Habakkuk. The discovery of the scrolls in the 1940s transformed our understanding of Judaism and early Christianity. Today, these scrolls are regarded as invaluable cultural heritage and are protected by strict international regulations to preserve their historical significance for future generations. If you find out about the lost Ark of the Covenant mystery, don't talk openly in Palestine about it without knowing anything. Because it's a taboo there which touches on sensitive issues of faith and heritage, and can also be seen as a secondary cause of tension in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The lost Ark of the Covenant is an ancient biblical relic, believed to hold the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, which represent God's laws and guidance. For centuries, many people have wondered where it might be, with theories pointing to places in Palestine like Mount Nebo and under the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Some legends even say the Ark has magical powers that can lead to victory in battle or cause disasters. Despite many excavations, there is still no solid proof that it exists, which adds to its mystery. Moreover, digging in important areas like the Temple Mount needs special permits due to their cultural and political importance.
In Palestine, whistling indoors, especially after sunset, is widely believed to bring misfortune or even attract evil spirits. This custom is deeply rooted in Palestinian folklore and the broader Islamic cultural context. According to local superstition, whistling at night can unintentionally summon jinn, supernatural beings mentioned in the Quran and widely discussed in Middle Eastern folklore. Many Palestinian families, particularly those with a strong connection to tradition, discourage whistling indoors after dark, believing it may disrupt the household's peace or invite bad luck. The belief extends beyond simple superstition, as older generations often share stories about unusual events happening after someone whistled at night. For instance, there are tales of lights flickering, strange sounds, or feelings of unease in the house. While younger generations may view these ideas as just folklore, respect for this taboo remains strong in more conservative households. As a visitor, avoiding whistling indoors or after dark can show sensitivity to these customs, especially in rural or traditional communities where people take superstitions more seriously. It's easy to forget this habit if you're used to casually whistling a tune, but keeping quiet after sunset will show respect for local beliefs and avoid causing unintended discomfort among locals. Palestinian society is deeply shaped by ongoing conflict, religious values, and a strong sense of identity. These taboos reflect core beliefs that govern social norms and interactions. They significantly impact behavior and public discourse. As such, they play a key role in maintaining cultural cohesion within the community. In Palestine, public displays of affection, such as hugging or kissing, are generally frowned upon. The cultural emphasis on modesty and respect for personal boundaries shapes how affection is expressed. Many people believe that romantic gestures should be kept private, as showing affection in public can attract unwanted attention or judgment. For example, while friends might greet each other with a warm hug or a friendly kiss on the cheek, couples are encouraged to reserve their romantic gestures for private moments. This means that holding hands, cuddling, or any form of intimate interaction in public spaces is usually avoided. Couples walking together might keep a respectful distance, especially in more conservative areas. If you're visiting Palestine, it's important to be mindful of these cultural norms. Holding off on public displays of affection will help you avoid drawing attention or causing discomfort among locals. Instead, consider expressing affection in more subtle ways, like a gentle touch on the arm or a smile when you're in public. Understanding and respecting these customs will not only help you navigate social situations more smoothly, but will also demonstrate your appreciation for the local culture. This sensitivity fosters positive interactions and shows that you honor the values of the community you're visiting. Don't forget to leave a comment and share your thoughts. The world is indeed diverse, and every place has its own unique charm. Thanks for watching and see you in future exploration videos. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Knowledge Matrix and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.